Well, good evening, everyone. In honor of 1992 being a leap year, we would like to welcome all of you to this evening's slideshow presentation entitled Great Leaps of Faith Throughout History. To commemorate those brave souls who took serious risks, may I have the first slide, please? Man discovers gravity. Yes, the first human being who ever dared to eat an oyster. One of my favorites. Another great leap of faith, the first teenager ever being given the keys to the family car. Yes, good old American know-how goes to the Eastern Bloc with the first Yugo dealership. And finally, in 1992, we are here again tonight to leap into the unknown. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Flash Family!
Portion of this evening. From now on out, everything will be improvised, which means we'll get suggestions from you and create something right on the spot. So we've already warmed up. We feel it's fair to warm you up a little for your part. So I'm going to give you a couple categories, and when you just shout out the first thing that comes to your head, like, what is a vegetable that you love? Great, okay. And how about a planet that you've gazed at some time in your life? Okay, great. And how about one of those, what's a piece of furniture that you would hope to own someday? Okay, great, that's how it works. You call something out based on a question of ours, and we'll take the first one that we hear, which you can see sometimes isn't real easy. And we'll also share with the back part of the house, because sometimes the front is a little frisky and louder and quicker, and make sure you get your turn. All right. This show will never be done again. We can guarantee that, because unless we all make a date and all get back together again and you all say exactly the same thing and we promise to do the same, no, we don't do that anyway. So this is an original event tonight, and we're glad you're here to help promote this and provoke us into it. So for our first piece, we're going to break a tradition. Typically we do this in the second half. For those of you who are regular, start rifling. We're going to do our montage here. So we need an actual physical... Thank you. We're not throwing that. Hold up the other ones. You see this one here? Look at two. Look at these two amazing pieces. All right. This one came first. So for the last show of this run, here is our montage object.
Checkmate.
Mommy, somebody put glue in the salt shaker.
Excuse me, would you like pepper on that?
Number 2, boo, we will pierce your nose.
The latest in decorator golf chairs.
The newest method of birth control. I said no, and I mean no. His finest art to dive!
Well, as I've had it explained to me, that it was an old relic in their society, and it's a petrified lava lamp.
Golf tees for the clucks.
You know, I like to let the figure emerge from the marble.
When the a snake eats too many mice.
If you listen real closely, you can hear recorded speech. Mariana.
Can she bake a cherry pie?
It's the new personal car alarm. If anyone tampers with you, a 400 dB.
Sorry, my maracas got stuck together.
Foot massage.
This is, in fact, the only part of the plane that we found from Amelia Earhart's. Okay, well, it's nice to visit with this thing. Good luck with it. Hope you collect a lot more of them. So we're trying to get warmed up here for this evening. You seem very warm up there, especially in the back. Yes, the sweat's breaking out. Let's see. How many of you have noticed that people sometimes look like their pets? Sometimes people are their pets. But enough about dysfunctional relationships. What we're going to do today and tonight, wherever we are, is explore the concept that sometimes people remind you of animals. They may look and act like animals, they have the attitude of animals. So, let's see, for my part, what I would like is a place that people might meet in a public area.
A park.
Say again?
A park.
A park, I heard. Thank you very much.
And I like the suggestion of a small animal that typically hangs out in groups.
Wombat.
Wombat.
Well, just say it. She just ruined his hair. Well, I know she did, but it wasn't her fault. Well, if you knew about dyes, though, it wouldn't have happened. I mean, somebody should have asked for crying out loud. Well, I know. Now we have to close the business, and they're going to cancel our insurance. Not to mention we're up for a lawsuit. This is really embarrassing and incredible. Oh. That's nice hair. He needs a haircut. Yes. Maybe a little color. Tint. Just at the temples. I think so. Tint at the temples. Hello. Hello.
Hi. Excuse me.
You look like a man who could use a haircut and some tint to the temples. And we happen to be specialists in that.
Just give me a coupon. That's okay. I'll do it later. It's all right.
Oh.
You're from the new shop up there, right?
Yes. That's right. That's my sister. Heard about us.
Yeah. Curl up and die.
Yeah. Well, we'll give you a coupon here. Why don't you take that? You have to use it before 5 o'clock today, though.
I'm not feeling that shaggy. I'm sorry.
Well, we may not be there tomorrow. They're going to close us down.
Oh, why?
Somebody didn't like our looks. Yeah.
I can't imagine that.
Well, you know people, they're just picky. They'll sue you for anything.
Yeah.
Don't tell them too much, okay? Listen, you come on by before 5, and we'll give you a cut in the temples, and maybe a little shoulder rub, and stretch rack, and we'll shave that mustache. Right. We'll trim that beard. And ear hair too. Yeah, we cut it in perfect. A little nose hair clip.
Oh, ear hair. Now you're talking.
She's very good at ear hair. I'm great at ear hair. Aren't you?
Right. I just really can get right around.
They call her ear hair Irma.
How exciting for you.
Nice to be known for something.
Yes, I know.
Well, listen, we'll go and wait for you. That's right. We'll dust the place off and we'll sweep the floor out. There's nobody else there, so.
All right, I'm just
clean
gonna
all the utensils.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna wait for these pigeons to finish, and then I'll be right over.
Oh, see you before 5. See you before 5.
Could I have the suggestion of another animal that you would like to see?
Squirrel.
I'm sorry, the first.
Squirrel.
Gerbil.
Gerbil, thank you.
Gerbil. That's what she said.
It's okay, they're gone. You got one of their haircuts, huh? It was the ear hair that sold me.
You can still smell them.
Yeah.
They put something on my hair. It's horrible.
Loose.
Doesn't taste bad though.
Maybe it's chocolate, I don't I like to come out here at least an hour a day and get in the fresh air, you know? I think it's just really wonderful. Are you okay?
Yeah, the skin condition.
Oh, shit. Come outside, I leave my apartment, which is full of mold and mildew, and come out here right into a pile of eczema.
Well, hope I didn't step in it.
People aren't usually out here too much during the day. I mean, what do you do for a living?
I have one of those jobs that makes me run in circles.
Mike Messenger?
It's like that, kind of, yeah. Yeah, but I stay in the office.
I bet that pisses off
It's
your
like a
boss.
treadmill all day long. I don't know what that stuff is, but it itches. Have you seen those ladies before? I mean, have they always had that shop there?
No, actually, no. It used to be something else.
I thought so.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna last too long. But you, hey, you're on the corporate what do they call it? Fast track.
Like carrot stick?
Midgets, Mike. I've been feeding them M&M peanuts. Peanut M&Ms, yeah. Excuse me for speaking backwards. They take off the thin candy shell, knock off the chocolate, and eat the nuts. But there's plenty of chocolate left.
You have any more peanuts?
There's always one or two that get stuck in the lining. There you go. Knock yourself out. Jesus Christ. How did I know you? You didn't break the skin, did you?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, terrific. You're not one of those cult people, are you? I've never been accosted quite like this physically by somebody in a park unless they had something in their eyes.
No, they trimmed that out pretty clearly here.
You're getting a little red there. You're going to burn if you stay out here.
Oh, you're right. I should get something for the nose. I hate it when it gets too red.
I do too. Absolutely.
Good idea. Bye.
How about an animal that you wouldn't consider exactly great as a pet?
Kangaroo.
What did I say first?
sanitation going? I feel like everybody that I've seen today has had some sort of hygiene problem. That seat's probably full of eczema. I don't know. The pigeons are dying now.
Well, I suppose you don't remember when you came into my bank and applied for that loan, do you, Maury?
I tried not to, no, because it was humiliating. It was very humble. I was very humbled by that.
Well, that doesn't mean we can't still be friends.
No.
Yeah, I followed you to the park today. I know you come out here every day and feed those peanut M&Ms to the pigeons.
Well, that's all I can do. I'm not working right now.
That's why you didn't get the loan. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Oh, God. If you'd only done that when I was asking for the loan, I would have felt so much better.
Is that a peanut M&M?
I don't know. Well, you seem to be going through a lot of trouble, too, at that time.
Well, you know, yeah, my wife left me.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Well, she said caught me always snooping through her things.
Yeah.
It was just terrible. I came home one day and fumbled my nose in her checkbook. And I saw all those checks she'd written for that apartment where she was keeping that Chippendale's dancer over on the west side.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Sure, so he had a perfect body and a tight butt. Yeah, well, what could he give her that I couldn't give her? That's what I wanted to know.
Did you ask her?
Well, no. I'm just on a loose ends. You know, I was thinking maybe you should come in and apply for that loan again. It's been really boring around the bank.
My life is in shreds and you want me for amusement?
No, I just don't have any friends.
I'll come in if you promise to lick some more postage stamps. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that.
But you know, if you're going to get that small business loan,
Yeah.
maybe I could help you set up that mailbox in USA that you were talking about.
Aha. Oh, a partnership.
50-50.
Maybe there's more to life than pigeons and peanuts.
You buy the stamps and all that.
We're now going to use your written suggestions. We're going to use who, what, and where that you wrote for us on the way in. The guts to any improv scene is a who, a what, and a where. And we're going to pick each of these at random and see what we come up with and create a scene out of them.
This is interesting. This has never happened before. The who is a wombat. Do we take wombat or can we go to the second runner-up?
Go to the second.
We did one.
One wombat per lifetime is a dog. Moving up the food chain.
And the what is an activity, scuba diving.
And the where is playground.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'm sure I lost it in the sand lot over here. It's... Okay, this is what it smells like. No. Start right there. leave the cat stuff alone. Just. I'm glad you only rented. That's all I can say. Here, just one more time. That's it. That's what it smells like. That's it? Look, go, search, find. I'm paying you to do that. I'm not going to go over there and dig a hole. Okay. This is ridiculous. That's a bone. That's not what we're looking for. That's not it at all. Come on. Henry, get out here, please. This damn dog's not working.
Well, I told you. I told you got to get into the pipeline. Not going to do any good to dig around it. You got to get inside where the water is.
You think it could have sunk that far and actually gotten caught in the subterranean pipe?
The cistern, yes. Whatever.
Oh man, that would be disastrous.
Yeah, it would. That's why I'm here.
Did he really dive with you?
You've never seen this guy point at the water, have you? Okay, guy. What are we looking for? What are we looking for? Orgot beer garden. In the water, in the water. You know, I don't know why you haven't read this gear if this thing is only 4 inches deep.
If it does truly connect to the cistern, he may have to go all the way back to the city facilities.
I think he found something. What is it, boy?
Do you have like hand signals or anything worked out with you?
Yeah, I know. There's something about a leak.
It looks like a thigh bone to me.
We're going to try this again.
Oh no, escape.
Jeez. You guys lead active lives. For the one, we have drug testing of urine. How many of you had your urine tested today? Just checking.
The who is a frog trainer.
And the where is an indoor hot tub room. Thank you. Come over here. Check the temperature. That should be just about right.
Okay, we have 24 samples to go through today.
Exactly 104.
All right, in with it.
Turn.
Okay.
Roll over.
Let's
He's playing dead.
monitoring the autonomic reflexes here. Don't seem to be any.
There's a little bit of activity here. Roll over, boy.
I find that a key command word that acts on a deeper instinctual level often works. Béarnaise sauce.
The where is an Olympic Village, 1992, just so that you can get that clearly in your mind.
The what is a zither?
And who is Marie Antoinette? Thank you.
Ariane, you must practice for the exhibition today.
But why, Henri?
Because you are the only one on the team this year.
What happened to the other 11?
They didn't make the cut. The honor of France is on your head.
Only one zither sound. It's supposed to be an orchestra.
Maybe we can get points from the Romanian judge. I don't know. These are questions we should have thought of a long time ago.
Henri, I am very angry with you.
So, who ordered the zither player? I'm here, I'm ready.
It's okay. It comes with the hotel.
It's her, I can tell
I am
you.
the only
She's the one
one.
in the outfit.
I am the only one to do this gymnastic dance
To the zither,
with only
yes.
one zither player.
Yes, that's true.
I have
But-
no other people dancing with me.
That's right, but the difficulty factor is amazing.
Henri,
You get immediate 10 points
Henri,
just for showing up.
you have been my trainer.
This is true.
You know the routine.
The routine, I know.
You can do it with me.
I don't know.
Honey, faster.
Faster, all right, faster.
Poetry lovers! Such a treat we have for you tonight. I know you're all here to hear the lovely poet that we have tonight doing some of her original works. And if you check with your programs, you can see the title of the poem that she'll be. It's one of her favorites. What's the title of that poem?
The Lost Hat Rack.
The Lost Hat Rack. One of her more poignant ones, if I do say so myself. So get your hankies out, and please put your hands together for a warm smattering of applause as the poetic audiences indulge in for the lovely Eloise Rabloza. Eloise. The Forgotten Hat Rack.
Lost.
The Lost Hat Rack. Never forgotten it. Please, Eloise.
I like black ponies. And old cars. I like sliver moons. I like clusters of only 3 stars. like kitties. I like big dogs. I like chickens and cows and roosters and hogs. But there's one thing that I love more than you walking on my back. Yes, it's true. I loved my grandmother's hat rack. When I was little, it stood in the hall. We'd put our hats on it, each one of us, all. It'd be derbies and berets and top hats and schmatas. I would do it. My mother would do it. Even my Uncle Patas. It stood there so straight, like a little tall man, with a lot of little wooden hands. It held all our hats for years and years. I used to go hold it. It dried my tears. My grandmother died, as grandmothers will. We went to the attorney. He read her will. Of course, she left the hat rack to me. She knew we were connected. It was my little indoor tree. I went back to claim it, to bring it on home. I walked in the house. The hall was alone. The hat rack was gone. It was lost. It was zip. I had gone all that way. It was a wasted trip. I don't know who took it, but I'll find out. And I'll go get it without a doubt. It must have been my cousin, or my uncle, or my mother. It must have been my auntie, or my grandpa, or my brother. We all loved that hat rack. The whole family. But it was mine. And I'll get it, you'll see. Thank you.
Very touching. It answers the question, is poetry dead? The answer is no, it's just walking with a limp. Okay, so enough for the educational portion of the show. What we'd like to do now is talk about power, personal power, and people, anytime you get more than one person together, which is hard enough to do right there, then you have... I don't even know what that means. But once you get a group of people together, there's an automatic ranking somehow. It's very subcutaneous and things like that. But you're with me, but everybody fights for a place in the pecking order. So we're going to play with pecking order tonight. The way we do this is that the number 1 position is the top position, number 2 is in between, and number 3 is what we call low ball. And that means everybody's more important than you, right? Okay. So we're going to call some players out here, and we're going to ask you to assign each of us one of the 3 numbers, 1, 2, or 3. We'll come out, you whisper in our ears. We don't want to know what each other has. Okay, and then we'll play a scene based on that. So the interesting thing is that there will be 4 of us going for 3 positions. Okay, so the fun begins here. Okay, let's go out into the audience and get our numbers. Okay, 1 is top, 3 is below.
Who's got a number?
Oh my God, yes. We'll all close our eyes and put up our fingers with the number that we saw were given so that you see what we have. Ready? 1, 2, 3, flash.
Thank you and good night.
need to do this evening. Okay, so we need a place where an event that might bring people together. Office party, I heard clearest and lowest. Okay. Office party, thank you.
I didn't mean to be first. I'm glad you're there. Glad to see you're here.
Yeah, anytime.
Oh, first or last, I hate that.
Yeah, brought some ice. It's kind of melted though.
Ah.
If you like melted ice, it's great ice.
Oh, that's fine.
If you don't like it, I can take it out. So.
No?
As long as it's all right with both of you.
Well, since you told him to take it out, I'll let him take it out. Yeah.
So that's why you want me to just take it out.
All right, but this is off the record, right?
Cause you're,
So, does anybody want some punch, or should I not even ask?
well, I have some punch if you wanted me to have some punch. And then if you can't give enough, I can give some to somebody else.
Let's ask Sylvia. Sylvia.
I hate to interrupt, but you said out. Where did you mean by out exactly?
Sylvia, so here,
Ask him. It's his idea.
here, have some punch.
I shouldn't.
Sylvia?
There's plenty of ice if you need some. I'm not forcing it on you. No, only if you want it.
It's perfect. Perfect. I'm sure it's perfect.
I thought he told you to take it out.
Well, then he asked me where, and I said, that's your department.
Here, Sylvia, take this out.
Wait, I didn't mean to shirk my responsibility.
Sylvia, you're the only woman here. And
I'm sorry.
that's okay.
I didn't do that on purpose.
I won't talk.
It's okay. I invited you because I wanted somebody to dance with, but I didn't invite anybody else. So, yeah, would you be embarrassed if you dance with me?
I didn't mean to short my responsibility with the ice. I would have taken care of it. I simply, when he said to ask you, I thought a certain responsibility lay between us to resolve it as a kind of uniform and unifying theme amongst ourselves so that we all knew exactly what we were dealing with.
Can I go now?
Should Sylvia go, or can we?
I feel like I'm in.
I don't want to say yes or no, but I'm okay with
Okay,
it.
how about
Stay if you don't mind me dancing with you.
That's fine with me.
okay, that's interesting to think about, yes. Okay, I got it, here we go, ready? Oh, okay, well, we can let you decide. I mean, you're the executive secretary.
Just dance with him, Sylvia, if it's okay with you.
If it's all right with you, I will dance with him. And then I can get it out of the way and we can move ahead.
No rush, but I have your drink here when you want it.
I didn't order it, but...
Well, you gave it to me. That's why I knew it was yours.
He gave it and then I gave it back.
Oh, it was his? Should we ask him then? I have his drink, which you gave me. That's my drink.
This evening, I would like from you a relatively simple phrase that you might encounter in a common relationship between a man and a woman.
Go for it.
Go for it? Was that? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Go for it. Thank you.
know we had a date.
Yeah, date us, mate. Who cares? I'm here, aren't I? Huh? Isn't that good enough for you?
Make it a point. Come over here, I gotta talk to you.
Don't talk to me that way. You want to come over here? Come over here. But you don't tell me come over there, okay? Because I'm not coming over there when you could come over here.
I'll come halfway. You come halfway.
Okay, just don't tell anybody.
I don't know if I like this idea so much that, you know, you said I could date other guys, you know? You said it was cool with you, and,
You don't have to.
I don't know if it's cool with me, you know?
But it's all right, don't. As long as I can date other girls.
Well, you know I always love you, and I guess I always will. But when you said go for it, I thought you were a pill. I don't want to see other guys. I don't want to look into their eyes. Not me. Love me, honey. I only love you.
When my baby gets my candle lit, the problem is she never says go for it. I guess I know what it's all about. I'll just go home and the moon I will shout.
Well, you know, if I let you get to first base, you're going to second car. And if you get that car, I'll feel like I'm mad. I just want to love you. I don't want to do anything else. I'm just going to stand here and stand on the shelf.
I'm just a guy. Nice. Baseball. Nothing wrong with that. It's simple. All in all, only one thing that's on my mind. And yet you are setting landmines.
Well, you know, I love you.
She says
But I don't know what
that
to
she
do.
loves me,
I love you
but in
more
the
than
deeds, it's hard to see. A little love
touch me.
is all that I want. Instead, she sends me on a hunt. Now, in the first half, we're going to do a piece we call improvising with music, and there's a reason. Because there's music involved. But where does that music come from, you might ask? Well, from Joe. Please, Joe Paulino. Give him a round. As magic as Joe has been so far through the show, he's going to be even more so now, because he's going to surprise not only you, but us as well. We're going to do a series of pieces, each separate, not linked in any way, and they're all going to stem from what we hear Joe play at the beginning of each one. So sit back, listen, and try to imagine what we're thinking.
Well, you see, this is where the second bedroom could be. You just knock out this wall, and see, beautiful stained glass here, what's left of it. And
Yes, but how are the acoustics?
husband over there. Oh, that's a nice touch.
That's the doorbell.
You said there'd be no closing costs on this property.
Yes, well, in an effort to sell it quickly, we're not going to ask you to close it at all.
Darling, spider webs all in this corner. Did you do this just for us?
What about the rumor that there was a series of mass murders on this property?
It's not really, well, not really. It was just a primal therapy institute.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, I'm not certain if we're still interested.
Well, let's look around. Let's see. Oh, of course, these houses, they always have fake walls.
Oh, charming.
There you go.
Oh, look, rat infested. How sweet.
You can barely see my hand in front of my face.
Why, that's perfect.
Mr. Henry, I'm going to run back to the office now. This place scares me to death.
Yeah, it's okay. Have you seen enough?
Is that okay? Can I?
I'd love to see the basement.
Perhaps your assistant could show us the basement while you run back to the office.
Getting that drum.
I think he's got talent, Howie. Can't you hear it?
Yes, I can hear it.
Here, I'm going to give you some water. Here, take this. I think it's got a certain Caribbean flair to it. Maybe it's Trinidad.
Could we get him to do something else for a while, TV or something?
Well, honey, I don't want to stifle his creativity. You know, it's not every day that a golden retriever takes to drugs.
It was such a peachy idea of yours.
Yes, I know, and to be on this prestigious ship, the Titanic.
The best names in society are here.
Absolutely. Oh, the wind! I'm going to lose my boater.
Oh, darling, you were so dashing at dinner last night, speaking to the captain with such authority.
Wasn't I?
Yes.
Absolutely.
No one else knows about the things you know about.
Absolutely. Look, for instance, the waves.
Yes.
See how they kind of float along there and then become solid later on?
Oh, Mavis.
What is it, Harold?
You're three-dimensional, and I'm two-dimensional. I just don't think it's going to work.
Well, Harold, we have to give it a try. We both worked on this Federation starship. And you know they encourage transparency.
species dating.
I invited him over. I hope you don't mind. I thought maybe he could make you more happy. I'll never be able to hold your hand.
Harold, I think we can get beyond this barrier. I don't think you'll always be cardboard.
Well, even sleeping with you wasn't what I thought it would be. I just felt like, you know, I felt like a flannel sheet.
So you did.
Problem there. Crank it up to 11.
Convinced that all of the air was out of his body. He opened his mouth as so to speak. And went dumb for a moment.
Diane took the opportunity to get his wallet out of his pocket. She took it out, opened it up.
He liked the feeling. He didn't care what was happening.
She took out the $500 she found in it and put it back while he still had a smile on his face.
He kept a smile on his face knowing it was bogus money. Money he had taken off the stiff in the alley just before coming in.
Diane crumpled up the money and made him eat it.
That reminded her. The stiff, the note she had just swallowed, the note to her cheek, it was all connected. But how? The thought caught in his throat, and he coughed it out. It lay on the floor like a molten piece of lead, which is why he brought his gun out.
Diane looked at the cat, but she wasn't afraid because she had one behind her back. She drew it on him.
He went for the one behind his back. Drew it on her.
She took the knife out of her shoulder holster.
He took off his hat. Showed her the gun on top of his head.
She took the howitzer out of her boot.
He released the knife in his knee.
She took the spear off the wall and ran him through.
He wound up his tie, but not in time.
She suddenly wondered why she had just killed a man she didn't know. She turned to him with a confused look on her face.
He wondered why Mondays were always the roughest.
And that was improvising with Joe Paulino. Now, Keith and I need a variety of suggestions. We need emotions.
All of the suggestions need to be emotional.
Yes, right. And we're going to write them down. So we need a whole bunch. So call some out. When you hear us say them back, you know we heard you.
Anger.
Rage.
Jealousy.
Anger.
Lust. Ecstasy.
Lust,
Fear.
Ecstasy.
Joy.
Joy. Loneliness.
Fear.
Happiness.
Joy.
Jealousy.
Loneliness.
Grief.
Jealousy.
Ambivalence. Lethargy. Ambivalence.
Grief.
Grief.
Compassion.
Compassion.
Paranoia.
Angst.
About what?
Contented. Melancholy.
Revolted.
Giddy. Hatred. Having a good time tonight? Revolted. Hallucinogenic.
Hungry.
Hungry.
Overwhelmed.
Hungry. Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
Narcoleptic.
Pissed off.
Pissed off. Blissful.
Infatuated.
Blissful.
Obsessively curious.
Infatuated. Obsessively curious.
Revolted.
Bored.
We have revolted down already. Thank you.
Gaiety.
Jealous.
I'm sorry.
Gaiety.
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 As in the emotion.
I've heard about 3 more. Who hasn't had a chance to give one yet? Hatred.
Guilt.
Horny.
Hatred.
Horny.
Horny.
You and the guilt person might want to get
One last really positive one.
Static.
Static.
static. I had that. Let's get one more.
Well, I had ecstasy.
Oh,
That's the
well, I
same.
may have 2, but the way I spell it.
Well, that's filled. All right, now, what are you going to do with those? You're probably asking yourself.
How'd you get so many?
I write bigger.
Oh.
We're going to be very controlling in this next scene. What we're going to do is have 2 players come out here and we're going to control their emotions by calling out. So we need a starting place for this. What's an event that a man and a woman might attend? Parent-teacher conference. Or 2 men.
How about
2 men. A parent-teacher conference. Okay, 2 men going to a parent-teacher conference. Thank you. I'll be controlling Doug.
And I'll be controlling Scott's emotions.
You know, if we had raised him the way I asked you to, we wouldn't have these discipline problems. Just a little subtle suggestion for next time.
Beer.
Oh no, don't cry again. I don't have enough Kleenex. Not again, please. If you go and do another one of your fits, Mrs. McIntosh is not going to let us come back.
You're always putting the whole responsibility for raising Gerald on me.
Loneliness.
And I don't think that's fair.
I've got to put it on somebody.
Revolted.
Well,
You know, it's just him and I for so long.
yeah, if you hadn't been married to that woman, she was a witch! I don't know. It just gives me the
She
creepy
was there.
relic.
She was there in the dark.
Pissed off.
I really hate your attitude, and I hate your smoking.
Lust.
Stop it. Stop it. I don't care if they are black filters. You little slut.
Guilt.
I'm sorry. I'm responsible for your oral fixation. I know. You never used to be like this.
You know, as a smoker in today's society, sometimes I feel like I'm standing way over here and nobody wants to be with me.
I know you are, and I'm responsible.
Ambivalent.
Or not. I haven't quite decided how much of yours and where you end and I begin and where we leave off.
Ecstatic.
Well, you know, that's a beginning because not knowing is really knowing, because when you don't know, then you know that you have a problem, and if you're not knowing makes you know more, then have some coffee.
Obsessive curiosity.
Horny.
Is this decaf? If you have decaf, you can take it right back, mister.
Well, you can taste it and see. That's decaf, all right.
Compassionate.
Melancholy.
I wonder how many Colombians died for this coffee. It's terrible that we rape lands and people just so we can get up in the morning.
You know, and when I think about that silver brush of rain falling on those high mountains there in Colombia,
Oh, there you go again, Mr. Traveler. You always go everywhere without me.
Can I help if I have 6 weeks vacation and you don't?
Take me sometime.
Compassion.
Gee, Manette.
You know I've been working with you on your resume to try and get you out of that dead-end job with no vacation.
Age.
I know. I was born with a dead end in my mouth.
I share your pain. I know exactly what you're feeling.
I would too, but I saw mine.
Enjoy.
Terrible. What kind of life are we setting up for little Matthew?
It's a great life, because you call him Matthew and I call him Gerald. Which is the way we were raised.
If he had two names, he wouldn't, have to choose between us. Equal.
God, I should have never suggested that two-name deal.
Paranoia.
Why?
Jealousy.
Well, because he'll turn out like us, and I'm not so sure we're
I don't have two names. Mr. Dual Name here. Everybody I know has two names to me.
Overwhelmed.
I don't have it. I turn.
Well, just bite my head off. Sure, just bite my head off. You could have had two names. When we signed our domestic partners agreement, I offered to let you take my last name, but no, you could have had three names. Stop it!
I'm not listening. Hello, Mrs. McIntosh. Yes, we're ready. Right.
Curious.
She's cut her hair, hasn't she?
Mrs. McIntosh, those are lovely shoes.
Aren't they, though?
Now comes the part of our show that we call break. And before you take it, I want to mention a few things. On Friday, February 14th, is a special night for lovers, couples play night. It's a lot of fun. I've done it myself. There's a 2-day improvisation intensive for actors, and that's on February 22nd and 23rd. There's a wonderful play night called Recess, and that's on February 28th. And there's a weekend retreat for a whole weekend of spontaneity and improvisation, March 20th, 21st, and 22nd. You can get all these out in the lobby if you're interested. Check them out. They're fun. Come back in 10 minutes.
And that was it.
Part 2. This is the last half of the last Flash Family Show of the last run in the last leap year for 4 more years. But we'll be back in April. So mark the calendars now. To start off the second half, we're going to do a piece that requires several suggestions, one of which I will be getting. So I would like a suggestion from maybe somebody, I don't know, somebody back there, anybody like from Connecticut maybe. Just picking a state at random. From somebody from Connecticut. How about your favorite thing to watch on an educational TV channel?
Depilatories.
Depilatories. Why, thank you.
And I'd like to get a suggestion from somebody up in that part of the back of the house there. Would you name a very, very unusual insect?
Praying mantis.
Praying mantis. Great, thanks. You were thinking that?
And we know each other well enough now, I can ask personal questions, right? What is something that you are embarrassed to admit you don't know enough about?
Suppositories.
Did you see the guy in the back with the depilatories?
Texas school book suppository?
Oh, these Tories.
Yeah.
Let's see. You go to the library. What do you check out a book about?
Mystery.
Mystery. A book about mystery. Thank you.
And what's a subject that one of your grandparents used to bore you to death with?
Tortillas.
You all sympathize.
Tortilla story again, Brandon.
To bring something to this piece, we're going to ask our piano player to conduct us, Mr. Joe Paulino.
I would like my friends in blue to repeat their suggestions, please.
Depilatories.
Praying mantis.
Suppository.
Mystery.
Tortillas.
Which
Because who put those big stones there? And who put them in a circle just like a calendar? That is one of the great mysteries of life. Stonehenge.
tiny hairs at the small of your back. Now, it's a mystery because they really serve no purpose in modern man. So we say if you take the electrified tweezers and you attach them of the hair, you can be that. No more hair at the small of your back.
Allowing you to pick between corn or flour. Now, mind you, in either case, the basic technique in the construction or manufacture is the same, because you simply take the grain involved, grind it to a fine flour-like consistency, and then mold it
to the shape that you wish to have when you insert it. Most of us prefer the projectile. And for sun fun seekers, like the triangle.
Which, when grasping the food, is very effective. Now, the jaw parts are just like the Grand Canyon, which was dug by people from Saturn many thousands of years ago. We have proof
that it was fried to a light brown color when it's then ready to eat. Now, in some cases, bubbles will form, but you should not be bothered by
rubbing it on yourself, because you'll find that the crystals with the amalgam in them will remove hair very effectively.
Which the female has more than the male.
At least most of my wives. Sometimes me and my ex-wives get together and we have a
question. Does anybody really know
know who carved Mount Rushmore?
Or how much water content is involved in keeping them from seeming stale?
Most known for eating the male. Now, the coloring is very interesting, and this will signal whenever the female is about
To wash the nail off her leg. They turn bright red because we have left the nail on there too long.
And dilated the pathway to rectal happiness.
Allowing them to be used in many dishes.
Because I often ask myself the question, who petrified the petrified forest?
which will then leap from branch to branch, pursuing anything that they perceive
To be dangerous. In that area. So they realize that they have to be careful.
Mankind, hairy for years, are now completely hairless.
Even though they may be praying, they are still the most dangerous critter in the insect kingdom.
Suppositories, let your fingers do the walking.
Is there a Loch Ness monster?
A food element that won't leave you flat.
They made me stay out here and talk to you. That concludes the rectal portion of our show. This is going to be an amazing segue if I can make it. Because what we're going to do right now is get a very broad, meaningful theme that we will explore for the next rest of the show, as opposed to the last rest of the show. This is a theme that we all deal with on a daily basis, that all human beings at one time or another have been faced with, such as loss, death, boredom, all those things, aging. So think about it. What would you like to see us do a good 20 minutes on?
Surgery. Inspiration.
Inspiration, I heard? Okay, inspiration, thank you very much. Or perspiration. Lloyd, you must get that job. It's time to get off your duff, Lloyd. Be a man. Do something with your life. You're aging as you speak. Yes, you can do it. You can make a difference in the world. There's no one like you. There doesn't need to be anybody like you.
Lloyd, you're a putz. You'll never be anything. You've never been anything. How could you possibly even think? Stay home. Vegetate,
Lloyd, you must get up. The beginning of a great journey begins with a single completed thought.
And if you never it's dangerous out there. You don't want to risk that. People won't like you, you know. They'll criticize you.
But they have to know you first, Lloyd. Really, you must go out and do something with your life. Not sit there and wait for the great mothership to come down.
Why bother? Everyone's already thought of all the good ideas. You're so mediocre.
smiled, her face lit up like the 4th of July. When Karen frowned, the whole world became gloomy and dark. Until one day, when Alec rode into her life. You came. Oh, you came.
Nuts. I'm supposed to be invisible. I got caught up on what you were writing there, and I just kind of let myself slip.
You really are him, right? I mean, I know you haven't been around for a while.
Well, not since you're on the top 10 list for 26 weeks.
I mean, this writer's block has been really hard.
Yep, but no.
Alex, we have rules about being seen.
You know, I always thought that a muse was a woman.
Well, I know that they've got quotas now. They have to have some male chicks. All those speeches of the muses and the toga things, and they were always. It was fantasy, and
you know, I wondered why that last book I wrote was a little violent. You know.
That wasn't my doing. You know, I just unlocked what's already in here.
Alex, she can't remember that you've been there. You're breaking the rules.
Well, what do you think of this so far? It's sort of in the tradition of Danielle Steele and Ernest Hemingway.
So you're going to write about very two-dimensional women that have a lot of sex.
Well,
damn it, you can't influence her like this. Don't you realize you're changing the course of history?
Well, it's about a lot of women that speak in short sentences.
They do sports or anything dangerous. That's
Well, they could.
Boy, you know,
hang gliding.
Since they sent me over to work with Stephen King doing those last few screenplays, sometimes I don't think I've got it anymore.
Well,
okay.
Do your stuff.
Let's think.
You realize that you can't come back now.
She started to breathe heavily. Take off my dress before you put on the parachute.
Think you've got a good head start? And call me if you need me.
Okay.
Come on, let me get back!
Okay, they sent me back on here. Okay, how many of you have seen a foreign film lately? Anybody? Thank you very much. Okay. Well, I'm inspired by foreign films. Kurosawa's a big one, and the other guys. And some people like foreign films from certain countries. What is a foreign country whose foreign films inspire you?
Japan.
Japan, I heard clearest. Thank you very much. I don't know why, but I did. Okay, Japan. And since this is inspiration is our theme, what is something that gives you inspiration?
Teenage impotence.
Teenage
Impotence.
Teenage impotence in Japan. That's I've seen this movie. It's kind of can we roll it, please? 지금 생긴 뭐야?
사베. 마이클 잭슨으로. 소재마다 하시고 마요 또 하야 근데 뭐 하여 또 무슨 해보다 무슨 영어 다 써봐야 되고 또야
아유 저거다.
건바와 mondiro ichiban kodotishin wa
Ichiban Shito Tokyo.
Karaoke, eh?
오늘 사게요.
무슨 sake high no Ohio.
Oh, you know I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it. I got it.
Lloyd, Carstairs.
Yeah.
Come on in, come on in. Good to meet you.
You sure you want to meet me?
Yes, absolutely. You have a very impressive resume. Have a seat. Now it says here that you have experience with programming, that you have written several yourself, that
Says that there.
this is you, right?
I paid for it.
Okay. It says you helped in R&D at Apple for 13 years.
T&W too.
Lloydie, mama's little sweetie, you were such a little sweetie. No spitting. Spitting is not allowed. Babies do not spit in this house.
Okay, Lloyd, as your father, it's my job to give you this for your own protection. You're a man now. This will keep your pens all in order.
Been on the softball team for 4 years, and you've never been up to bat. What's the deal here? You afraid that you might actually hit the goddamn thing? That's what's supposed to happen. They gotta run around. If you don't hit it, they don't run around. So you gotta get over this. Put a bat in your hands. Be a man or something. Don't cry now. Time out.
Gosh, Lloyd. Very nice of you to ask me to this dance. I'm not having very much fun, though. We're supposed to dance when we're here.
All right, Mr. Drop and give me 20! Drop and give me 10! Drop and give me 1! Drop! Roll over! Speed! Play dead!
Lloyd, the other members of the therapy group asked me if you would not come anymore.
When's the last time you had a big inspiration and it turned out to be a dud?
Christmas.
Christmas. Thank you. You know why I'm here. Now the holidays are gone, they were full of crap. I know, pun intended, this is a Christmas rap. Sales are up, but the volume is down. Everybody is running around. Yeah, the revolving charges open all day. Got interest rates higher than hay. Stacks out in the farmer's backyard, cause everybody's working real hard. In fact, in the breadbasket of our land, they can't feed the women and they can't feed the man, but we all pack it into sacks and Macy's, spending our money like a bunch of crazies. But the retailers are in trouble, so get back out and buy more on the double. You know, Macy's went to chapter 11. I think some salespeople went up to heaven. Happy New Year. I don't know about your Christmas, my dear, but mine was okay. I ate too much, and then I said, hey, that's not such a bad idea. Let's do it again. We went back out and got some men with a big moving van, and we went downtown and distributed a few toys and trinkets around to the homeless people and the needy in the street. Next day we saw them back out there. They couldn't be beat on the head with something like peace, or little trinkets and things with grease like turkey and trimming from Old Glide Memorial. I don't know, man, what's the story? You'll all see something different at the holiday. Don't mean to pass over the Jewish ones, no way. Celebration, you know, it's 8 big nights, you get lots of dough. I think they count, they just have some presents. You open one here, one there, all you relatives say, have some more, and have some more. Then you light the candles, or is it the Torah? I think they read something about the baby. I think he's a savior, but no, wait, maybe they're just as skeptical as you and me. I think they're all out there waiting to see just what the hell Christmas supposed to mean. Last year was really green, cause I'm from the Midwest where it's supposed to be right. I got upstairs and got an awful fright. I looked out my window down on the street. I saw a moving van. It wasn't coming for me. It was taking away all my presents and toys, taking them out for other girls and boys. And I checked in my stocking was a lump of coal. Man, that Santa Claus sure is cold. You know the music comes on your roof, and the little reindeers with the tiny cloven hoof. And you come on down, the chimney do say he's got presents for you, and he leaves them on a special day. I don't know about you and your friends, but Christmas, I don't know, it seems like the end of all the things President Bush talks about. I think we ought to throw that old bum out, because the only trickle down that I'm seeing is how the rich on the poor be peeing. So and protest to say elect the right people to turn things around. Christmas will mean something in this town. town. So everybody get up off your feet and jam. I'm gonna go see Uncle Sam and say, next year I want a better Christmas present. I wanna know where the holiday spirit went. When you say to me, I got to be merry, man, I feel pretty ordinary. So let's all raise our hands and make a vow right here and now. Anyhow, the next year Christmas is gonna be better. All the people ain't got none are gonna get it. We're gonna have fun. You wait and see. It'll be a merry, merry Christmas for you and me. And that's Christmas.
And the sun comes out, there's the sun, and the sun comes up, and it's in the sky, and it shines down on everybody. Sun, 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 and airplanes, blue airplanes, blue. And those are the best airplanes I ever.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Daddy. I drew the best picture in the whole world this morning, and I'm hungry. When's breakfast? Blue stripes
I
screaming
was
over
thinking maybe we
here.
could stop on the way to school and I just buy some for us. I haven't had the time, honey. It's just like your mom's house. I can't do it. You will be taking that to hers and putting that on her refrigerator, I hope.
I will. Mommy's got tons of pictures on the refrigerator, even more than you do, Daddy.
Good.
And her refrigerator is very, very pretty, and almost as pretty as yours.
Yeah.
I loved my father. Whatever I did, he thought it was great. And he used to take me out for breakfast all the time.
Can we go by McDonald's? They have the very best scrambled eggs McMuffins with a little bit of fat stuff on them and a little greasy slice.
Yes, we can do that.
Yes, she was great. She was a wonderful daughter. She had so many ideas, and I heard them all. She never really stopped. And now she's driving me crazy.
The orange juice is the
I know, honey, you can have it if you want.
It's like this orange crayon here.
I just loved him so much, and sometimes I felt, well, maybe he didn't want me around. Or...
Are you ready? Have you got all your stuff together?
Daddy, you know what I really want? I want some of those kind of watercolor pens that smell of different fruits and things. And then I could smell while I'm drawing.
Yeah.
It would be wonderful.
Everything made her so happy. I just felt so inadequate. Everything she said was wonderful. I just felt like I couldn't live up to all her
Here's lunch. Don't lose it and don't trade it this time, okay?
wonderful ideas of life.
Trading lunches is fun, Dad. It makes lunchtime
I don't care if it's fun, okay? I bought that lunch for you. You should keep it.
He was so serious and so smart. You know, I always felt that I was always his little girl, even when I grew up and I moved away. Whenever I'd call him on the phone and try and cheer him up, he was so serious.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
In the whole world. I'll draw you a picture about how good your
You're not getting the pony. You're not getting the pony. You can't sweet smile me into this thing, okay?
Okay, Daddy, I'll draw a pony. I'll draw one that's pony size. I could get a large piece of paper. It's cool like that butcher paper. You could roll it out really, really big. I could draw a pony on it. I could get 3 slices of it really big.
I wish the world was like she thought it was. Would have made my life a lot easier.
I wish I saw the world through your eyes, honey. It just... Well, maybe it is that way for you.
It is, Dad.
You know, the world is really a bright place if you look in the right places. And I think he just didn't look in the right places. As I got older and got to know him more, I realized he led kind of a joyless, uninspired life.
You use my crayons, Dad, and then everything would be bright for you, too. Take them to work. And instead of having boring white papers, why don't you put a little color on your paper?
Yeah, I can see Mr. Johnson now when I give him the minute meeting notes from this thing.
I bet he'd smile.
You know, it's like his life was the box of 8 crayons, and mine was the big box of 124.
I don't know. What do you do with a naive kid? How do you tell him that life isn't a box of 204 crayons?
Dad, that's the comfiest kitchen chair I ever sat in my whole entire life. It's soft and it's got hard places all in the right spots. And when I bounce on it, it bounces back.
You know, he never colored anything with burnt umber.
I have plenty of extra crayons now, Dad, so I can leave these here so that next time I come I'll have even more because I've got more at home and don't worry about it. Okay, Dad?
What's wrong with burr number? I like it. It's an earth tone.
Put it right in the closet, honey.
But all you ever used was plain brown, Dad.
Well, it's consistent. It's there every time I need it.
Come on, honey, let's go.
What about copper? What about sand? What about ecru?
Button up.
Ladies and gentlemen, those of us in the human race have been many times inspired by people from the past, people from fiction, people from history. Tonight we have an extra special thing happening here because we have a chance to talk to somebody who inspired you from history or fiction, male or female. Who would that be? That's right. I didn't hear a single one of them.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln I heard first. From the mist of time, ladies and gentlemen, the, I believe, 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. All rise, please. All rise. It's been a long time since Abe's been in the theater, so I just wanted to make sure. That's the Illinois lawyer humor. Abe, have a seat.
I hope the balcony's closed.
Abe, you were voted most likely to come back tonight. People really want to talk to you and find. Well, I'm not sure why you're wearing a baseball cap.
Well, the stovepipe hat gives you a chance to line your sights. I've been to see that Oliver Stone film, and I agree. It was a conspiracy, and I'm not taking any chances. You wear it.
Well, people have actually said that your murder was a conspiracy, a slightly more obvious one. Would you like to say anything about that?
Everyone knows that my wife was a crazy bitch. And,
the first crazy bitch.
Yes. But I tell you, I would be rather married to Mary Todd than that Nancy person.
That brings up the state of the Republican Party in general. Would you like to comment on that from your perspective?
Well, I tremble for my country. That's all I can say.
I think we all can relate to that.
When I was debating Mr. Douglas, he posited the theory that in a few years this would be a one-party nation. Well, it is.
Political comment.
That's right.
Okay. Do you have any questions from those of you who brought him out here? Just say no and we'll move on. Any questions for Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah, do you think that building log cabins is a threat to our nation's forests?
My, how things change.
Well, I would have to say no. Mostly because I find that the pre-engineered log homes available today offer an attractive blend of functionality and energy efficiency. They seem to be well constructed and leave plenty of room for customization if you work with your dealer. Now, I think as far as finding a site for your log home, that could pose a problem, because then you've got to run the sewage line and get an easement and have a county road brought in. But other than that, I don't think they pose a threat.
Well, that's the most specific answer I've heard from a politician in quite some time. And another question, perhaps?
How are you able to get get your picture on money?
Yeah, how do you get your photo on money, eh?
Die. You'll notice there are no living figures on money. Real money, and I'm not talking about that collectible crap from the Franklin Mint that's minted in the Marshall Islands now. We're talking about good United States currency.
Okay, question over here, yes.
I realized you read by fire. What did you read as a child?
Mostly half a book, because it was all burned up at the end.
Back off a little bit, okay. Another question.
What do you think of male-female relations today?
Well,
Did you hear the question? What do you think of male-female relationships?
well, relations, I believe, is a specific word, Douglas, and all of mine are dead, so... frankly, I don't want to seem a prude. After all, I grew up in Illinois and lived on a farm and saw the animals doing what came naturally, being slaughtered to feed us. I think that the world has turned very topsy-turvy, and I'm neither for or against it. I find it very interesting, and in fact, I would love to debate this Phyllis Schlafly woman. She seems to have an interesting slant on things, and I've heard her name bandied around at a few meetings of the John Birch Society that I've attended, which, by the way, they served an interesting refreshment there. I think it was called Coors. And I would like to debate her about the male-female relationships. I think they're heading in interesting directions.
Okay, well, you might want to tune into your C-SPAN for that when that comes up. Let me ask you, is there anybody on the scene currently that inspires you?
Well, I'd have to say Kitty Dukakis. Any woman that would drink rubbing alcohol, I think, shows a determination and fortitude, as well as a very focused will, and she knows how to party.
Could he see them all?
Like Moonbeam, he
Oh,
could see.
God.
He not only read my auras, he got into every chakra.
Yeah, and like when he described the rose, was your stem broken?
Well,
Had you been from like other planets?
My stem was bent. And he wasn't sure what that meant. And neither was I.
Mine had a gap, but it was straight, like there was no bend in it at all. That's really neat.
Well, I think what he felt that meant maybe was that I was not only from another planet, I was from a whole other universe. Wow. Yeah, I know.
And like you'd go on there and come back?
Right, I had...
And like you'd learned a whole lot of stuff when you were there and brought it with you?
Like when I was an infant, they probably took me there. And even though I was there for 10 years, it was only a minute out of Earth time. So my mother didn't even know I was gone. So I got...
This happened like when you were born already and you existed and you became like another being in another space?
That's right, for 10 years. And then...
But it only seemed like a minute?
Yes, it was only a minute in Earth time. And then I came back, but I had all the knowledge of the planet in this other universe. Wow. I just wish I could remember it.
Oh, God.
Pump up this pillow. Poor Lloyd.
Poor Lloyd.
Well, I don't know. He looks a lot better now than he ever did in life. He's got about the same amount of energy.
Lloyd! I outlived you.
I wish he could have gotten a job before he died. I wish he could have gotten a little energy and happiness. It was like he's just always driving himself down, flattening himself out.
Did a great job.
Hey, and they even got the order of the pins in his pocket protector, just the way he always kept them.
Untouched.
He does, doesn't he?
I wanted to ask him what his secret was, you know? Never got around to it.
You have to admit, there was a kind of a quietness about him that was somewhat enviable.
Solid.
Yes,
He was very
solid. He was quiet. He was solid.
You you went away and came back, he'd be there.
I knew it. They forgot his favorite hat.
God, I'm buried with that.
You know, there was something so static about him.
That's true. You know, when I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, I'm going to remember that about him. That might kind of calm me down a little.
Well, I can't fall asleep at night. I think of Lloyd.
You know what I'm going to remember? You know what I remember most about Lloyd?
What's that?
These pants don't have a back in them.
I don't think they ever did.
Who could tell? He never got up out of that chair.
You know, when I think I'll be inspired by Lloyd is when I'm bored. When
He
I'm
was
just
the king.
sitting there, he was the king of boredom. Right, you could sit there for hours.
Right, so if we sit there for like 5 minutes being bored, it's nothing.
Nothing.
No.
It's nothing.
Nothing.
know,
Right.
He had bees flying all on him.
the back wall of Lloyd's living room actually had a spot that was like a silhouette of Lloyd from where the sun would shine in. And the wallpaper was all faded around there in one spot. Like his cap and Lloyd.
It's sort of like a shrine
Yes.
to Lloyd.
So Lloyd is sort of still with us, isn't he?
He left his mark after all.
He'll stay with us always.
Or at least until it fades.
He knew his place.
That's true.
Oh, Lloyd.
Well, now what?
And that was Flash Family's exploration of inspiration. And now for our final piece of this evening, what we'd like is a suggestion of the most unusual gift that you ever received.
Bicycle built for two.
An elephant, I heard first. What an unusual gift. Terrific. Thank you. An elephant.
Absolutely, I'm serious. Listen, I know an elephant. He picked me
much on behalf of all of Flash family and everybody that worked with us. We enjoyed having you here for the last show in our January-February run, and hope that you will come back in our April run, which is in April. Hey, all right. We'll be doing 4 Saturdays in April. I suppose there may be information up front. No, yes?
Not yet.
There's not. But
There's a mailing list to get it.
the secret part is the April run is in
April.
you guys don't need literature. But this show does not happen by us alone, as you well know, because there are other people helping making it happen. For instance, our house manager, who makes sure you get in here safely, sanely, and out the same way, Bridget Treckle. Please, give her a hand. Also involved in making actually the scene work happen, because since we don't know when it's going to end, it has to be ended by our light person, who is working right along with us. Would you please give a round of applause to Bruce Wallace? I know all of these names very well, and I knew I was going to destroy one. Maybe I can get 2. Let's see. Okay. On the camera, recording the show so we can look at it later and laugh at ourselves, Ron Kelly. Last but certainly not least, playing along with us, making the music happen throughout the show, Joe Paulino. Yeah! And individual players, Sue Walden.